Good morning, everyone. This morning I would like to share with you my newest design team project, and this was for Country Craft Creations. I wanted to tell everyone how excited I am about this collection. This is Authentique's Saucy collection. It is another one of their retro collections, and it was so much fun to work with. It is so cool. Love the graphics, the colors, the theme, everything just works so well. And especially to make a perfect recipe album. I mean, you just can't get any easier than that. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get all this in for you without dragging it out all morning. On the cover itself, this is a magnetic fold over cover. I love doing these. They're easy to do, and again, it just keeps everything nice and secure inside. You don't have ribbon ties or anything along the side. And I thought for a recipe album, I didn't want to use a lot of ribbon in it because, again, if you're going to be using it actually as a recipe album, that might not be a good idea. Pretty as it might be, but maybe just not a good idea. So let's get started. I've used the cream colored cardstock on the base of this album. And chipboard, medium weight chipboard. Everything is handmade, so I don't buy my albums pre-made. Everything is always handmade. That way I can kind of do what I want with it. On the front cover, again, you have the magnetic closure, and I've used some of the Tim Holtz little metal silverware that I've attached. I thought that was kind of a cute idea. And the domestic goddess on the front, I've got her popped up. So what I did was I fussy cut her, and then I put her on top of the actual background paper with her on it, and that way it gives some dimension to the whole album, I think, the cover. And opening the front, I thought the sticker sheet that comes in this collection is really cool too. There's a lot of very cool ones, very easy to use. I like to go ahead and back them on cardstock and use them as tags or embellishments. Very easy to use. And some very cool ones in this collection for sure. I didn't want to fancy up the cover too much because, again, I love this graphic. I know that this is the perfect graphic in this collection to use for the cover. I've seen others use it, and again, it's just perfect for that. Unmistakably the best paper for a cover. Let me show you all the way around, and then we'll go ahead and get inside. This album is actually, let me see, would help if I use the correct end. This is 7 by 7, and this though has a 3-inch spine. Look at the spine on this baby. It's a big one. Again, I went ahead and I used one of the frames on the sticker collection, and I used some of the stickers, and I went ahead and put that on the side. It says family meals, homemade and traditional dish. I love this plaid paper, this gingham. It's definitely very retro looking. I think it just goes perfectly. And that's the back, and this is the right spine. Once we kind of get this open, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit so that y'all can easily see the whole thing. Okay, let's try it from here and see how that works. So again, opening the magnetic cover, very, very cool. Love this album. It was just so fun to do. So much fun to do. On the inside cover, these are basically some of the cut-aparts, and I went ahead and I matted those and I stuck those down, but you can put recipe cards or recipes in behind them, so they actually do have a purpose. They will hold some more cut-aparts, or again, some recipes. This is one of the stickers from the collection. It said life itself is the proper binge, and that's a Julia Child quote. I thought that was very, very appropriate. And again, love this collection. These are aprons on the inside, paper collections. I thought that was cute to paper the inside of the album with. Now, this album, although it's a 3-inch spine, this only has 4 pages. However, when you see each page, you'll understand why it had to have a 3-inch spine. You know me, I don't do anything simply. I can't help myself. I just get carried away, and especially when it's a very cool collection, it's just easy to do. On the front of this first page, of course, you have one of my faves. This is a waterfall. Love the waterfalls. Wish I could take credit for that technique, although I cannot. Whoever came up with that was absolutely incredibly smart. You can get so much in such a small area. It takes up a small footprint, but it holds so much. I have this one definitely tied shut with the this is the seam binding, and this is like, oh, I want to say in a crew color or a kind of a beigey color. Very appropriate, I think, that went along with the colors in this. And these were some of the stickers that said I love food, and I went ahead and I cut those and matted it. I thought that turned out great. And we'll go ahead and open this so you can kind of see. I left the back sides. I did not put anything on the back sides of this particular one because I thought that would be the perfect place to actually write some of the recipes. So I wanted to make sure that I left that open. And again, tons of space. Tons and tons of space in this little waterfall. Love these. I can't say enough. I do try to incorporate a waterfall in almost all my albums. Again, I just think it's a smart thing to use. Lots and lots of space, but it takes up a very small footprint. So let's lift this up. I'm trying to make sure that I keep you guys in focus. And on the back side of that waterfall, there's a pocket. And in that pocket, there's one of the cut-aparts. And this again is plenty large enough to add a recipe. And you could put more in this pocket. This pocket will definitely hold a lot more recipes here. So let's lay that down, and then this opens. Aren't these papers just too doggone cute? I love these. Love them. I went ahead and I used one of the corner punches, or the edge punch I should say, to kind of get this little bit of a fancy edge going on here. I think it kind of gives it a little bit more of a feminine appeal. This opens. Again, plenty of space to attach your recipes here, ladies. Lots and lots of space in this album. This opens, and then inside here, another one of the cut-aparts, and I went ahead and I matted this. Again, this will hold lots of recipes, plenty of space here to hold more and more recipes. Okay, this closes, and this closes back, and then this opens up. And this is another space. I've gone ahead. Aren't these papers beautiful also? This is some cardstock, and this is also from Authentique. It's patterned cardstock. Love this. Love it. And it works well. I don't have a problem with it. I've used it on other albums, and I really like working with this. This is another one of the cut-aparts. You'll find the cut-aparts in this collection are great. They're so easy to work with. I matted this, and again, this will hold several recipes. Just slides right in behind it. On this page, here's a pocket, and this pocket will hold a ton of recipes or some more of these cut-aparts. Love this. I used one of the cut-aparts that I matted to actually embellish this page, as I did on this side. This opens, and again, on this side, another one of the cut-aparts that's actually a holder. This will hold some more of the recipes. So again, when I tell you this is very spacious, I'm not kidding. So these both open, and then this flips up, and on the top, again, one of the cut-aparts that I went ahead and matted, and this holds recipes here. Who doesn't have a ton of recipes? Tons and tons. On the bottom, also another cut-apart that was matted, and again, more space for recipes. I'm sorry I keep moving you around, but I'm trying to keep you guys in focus. So this folds shut, this folds back in, and then this opens to the back. On the back side, again, there's another pocket, And this holds a ton back here. It's a nice size pocket. This is an embellished piece here that I went ahead and matted one of the cut aparts just to kind of rock this pocket a little bit and give it some dimension. So tons of space in here. Tons and tons of space will hold a bunch more recipes. All right, that was just page 1. Okay, the next one. I had some of these recipe sheets, and I got these, oh my gosh, last year, and I absolutely just love how these work. So what I did was I used these on this particular waterfall, and these open. You can put your recipe and all the information on here, and then when you flip it over, you can actually put the directions on the back side. There's a place for that. There's a place for the ingredients, the directions, the prep time, everything. This is magnetic, so when it closes, it keeps everything that's in this bottom pocket safe and in place. And this is a good place to put more recipe cards. These are recipe cards that are cut aparts that come in this collection. So there are some that you actually do get with this collection, which is a great thing and a very useful thing. Love that. So this opens, and I just love how this turned out. I have my pop-up girl here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just zoom in a little bit so you can see her a little better. I love how she turned out. Pardon me. She is a pop-up, and she is using one of the art impression stamps. This is one of those retro stamps. Love these. Love, love, love them. Fell in love with these when I was at CHA with Tammy. Just thought they were the cutest things I have ever seen, and oh so retro. So she, of course, is thinking about what she's going to be making for dinner, but she does pop up. I thought that was so cute. The actual pop-up part, that is using the Lawn Fawn pop-up dies. Those are awesome. They come in several different sizes. Very, very useful, folks. Check them out. Tammy is carrying these, and I do highly recommend them. They're very, very easy and fun to use. I think you'll really enjoy those. In this top part, there's a side pocket, and in the side pocket, I have 2 of the cut aparts that I went ahead and I matted, and these slide right back in. Very, very good space to put more recipes. You can put them on the back of those. You can write your own on there. On the bottom part, this is a booklet. In this little booklet, I used one of the cut aparts to make. And inside, there's 2 tags that I also used some of the pattern paper from. And I had a stamp that had this little bark on it, and I just thought that was kind of cute, so I added that as well. This fits nicely back in this bottom pocket. And again, this will hold even more recipes in these pockets. Let's close her up, and then we're going to open this page. Love it. On this side, love this paper. Isn't this just so doggone cute? Love this. Love, love, love it. I went ahead and I used one of the stamps that I had of these cupcakes, and I matted that, and this holds a recipe card here. Again, these recipe cards are cut aparts. They do come in this collection, so very, very useful, ladies. On this side, there's another pocket, and I do have another recipe card here, and I used that side stamp, or that side punch again, to kind of give this a little of a feminine effect with that lacy edge. Aren't these papers cool? The coloring and the graphics, aren't they adorable? Okay, this opens. Inside over here, another recipe card, and I have So Delicious, and this little arrow has been matted, and it's actually a holder to hold some of those recipe cards. On this side, more space for recipes. I hate to cover this. I just thought this paper was so cool. I just hated to cover every single sheet of that, so I wanted to kind of leave this open. You can stick some recipes right behind this little lacy edge. I thought that would be kind of cute without actually covering the entire sheet. This flips open, and yes, I have another pop-up here. See my mixer popping up? Love it. Love it, love it. I had that stamp of that mixer and I thought that was so cute. So how perfect to put that in. On the top part here you have a bottom pocket, and I've got one of the cut-aparts, and I have this matted, great place for a recipe. Some more of the cool paper, love, love, love it. And on the bottom you can always write what the name of the recipe is there, so that's a perfect place. On the bottom sheet there's this bottom pocket, and I've gone ahead and matted two more of the cut-aparts. These are so cool because they have the neatest, coolest sayings. Very retro. It's just so fun. Love these pop-ups. Again, that's using the Lawn Fawn dies that Tammy carries in the shop. Check them out, ladies. I think you're going to love them. They're fun to use, easy to use. Turning this page. Whoop. Turn the page. All right. On this page, what I have done is I've gone ahead, and the bottom there is a pocket down here in the very bottom. This will hold a ton. It's an accordion pocket. It pulls out quite far, and again you can put a ton of recipes or recipe cards in this. Very, very cool. And I've got one of the little tags up here that I matted. This was from the sticker collection in this Authentique Saucy collection, and I went ahead and gave it a little bit of a white ribbon pull, but it is fixed down so it's not going to interfere with putting anything inside this accordion pocket. The next page, yep, I've got another waterfall on the front, and this is some more of the recipe planners. And again, flipping these open, you can put all the information for those recipes on here. On the bottom, I've gone ahead and used a little piece of the pattern paper, and I matted that, and that is a hold, if you will, or a stop. And this, I've gone ahead and matted one of the larger cut-aparts. This would be a perfect place for a recipe, and this would hold even more recipes. Open this. And on the top I've got another, this is a stamp that I had, and it's a spoon, and then I went ahead and I colored that, and that is backed on some of the pattern paper. I went ahead and I matted one of the cut-aparts, and this again is a stop to hold some recipes or some more of the cut-aparts. Perfect place. On the bottom here are two nice size pockets. This would hold, again, several recipes. And these are some of the cut-aparts that I went ahead and put in the pockets. There's so many cool things in this collection. I just absolutely love it. Closing this and opening the page further. Some more of that awesome, awesome, awesome graphic paper. Love that. And on this side, one of the cupcakes again. And I've gone ahead and colored these after I stamped them. Matted one of the cut-aparts, and it slides right down by the ribbon. This opens. And on this page, some more of that cool paper. Love it, love it, love it. This is probably one of my favorite sheets in that collection. It's just so cool. Went ahead and matted one of the cut-aparts, and then this is just the holder to hold it. Opening this, yep, I've got another pop-up, ladies. This is another one of the art impression stamps. Love this, love, love, love it. She has baked a birthday cake, and I've got her all colored in, and I thought she just fit in perfectly with the rest of the ladies in this collection. Let me zoom in so you can see her a little better. She's so doggone cool. Love it. Love these stamps. And love this pop-up die. How cute is that? Love it. Tammy carries the stamps as well as the pop-up dies in her shop, so just check it out. On the bottom page, again, I'm using this same pattern sheets, but I went ahead and I fussy cut this part out, and I put this on top so that she also holds recipes. You're not going to lose the graphic, but you're going to have another space to put your recipes. This folds closed, this folds closed, this folds closed. We turn the page, and on this page, this is magnetic as well. I use several magnets throughout this album to hold everything in place. A lot of the flips and the flaps are magnetized. So once you put your recipes and your cards inside, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay put. This opens up, and I've gone ahead and matted one of the stamps, or one of the stickers from the sheet. I matted that, and that serves as a bottom corner pocket. Matted one of the cutter parts, slides in easily. The magnet on this flap keeps everything nice and closed, keeps everything in place, and you could add several more behind this. On this page, another waterfall, and I use several of the recipe planners on this one. Again, so much space in such a small area. Love it. And this one on the bottom pulls out. I've got a little pull on it, so that pulls out. Otherwise it tucks right back in. This opens up, and yes, I have another pop-up. Love the pop-ups. On this pop-up, I used one of the stickers from the sheet, and I went ahead and I matted it, and it says, "I prefer an interesting vice to a virtue that bores." Went ahead and made that into a pop-up. I thought that went perfectly, and the colors all coordinated quite well. On the bottom of this page, again, there's another cut apart that serves as a holder, and I went ahead and made a little booklet, and inside this booklet, this arrow also will hold. So this slips right back in. Perfect place to add more recipes here. Okay, this closes. No. Okay, we need to open this. And this was one of the actual parts that I had on the front cover, but I wanted to use her again. I just love her. She's just absolutely adorable and so retro. So that opens. Again, more and more places to put your recipes here, ladies. This opens. And on this side, you've got a bottom pocket, and again, this was made from one of the stickers from the sticker sheets that I matted. Went ahead and the cut apart, matted that. Would hold even more and more there. On this page, I'm going to move this because we're going to open that up. This is magnetic, and this is a cut apart that has been magnetized, and there's another cut apart on the other side. And she will definitely hold down any of the recipes you want to stick in here. A lot of people still cut recipes from newspapers and magazines. I know if there's something I really like, I will do the same thing. I have that on this side, and on this side I also did the same thing, as you can see. And it's magnetized. So again, put your recipes that you cut out of magazines and papers inside there, and it's going to keep them nicely in place. On this page, I just kind of decorated this up with one of the stickers and some ribbon. And this is a good place, again, to put some of the cut aparts or put some of your own recipes in here. Perfect place for them. They'll be safe, they'll be secure, and with the magnets, everything's going to stay in place. This opens. Nope, no pop-up this time. But another nice roomy pocket here, and another one of the cool cut-aparts that's been matted. So plenty of space in this album for lots and lots and lots of recipes for sure. Tons of recipes can go in here. But you know, who just has a couple? You know, if you're going to do a recipe album, I say make it plenty big enough so that you can put your collection in there. Otherwise, what's the purpose? You know, what's the point of going through all that trouble if you can't get everything in there? Opening this last page, on the back, I've got a nice wide belly band that coordinates with the rest of the paper. And here is one of the cut-aparts that I used, and I went ahead and I made a little booklet. Another place for recipes. On the inside back cover, there's a bottom pocket, and one of the stickers I went ahead and I matted, and this is plenty big enough to hold these large recipe cards that comes in the cut-aparts, or some of the recipe cards that you might have on hand. Also on the inside back flap, I've got a little stop at the bottom. I thought she was pretty cool. It says I didn't want to go out, but I looked too good to stay home. So I've got her matted up, and she's an actual holder. I went ahead and resized one of the cut-aparts, and it says just keep on baking. And she fits nicely right behind there. And that, ladies, is my huge, huge recipe album. I love this. I absolutely love how it turned out. Again, that's thanks to this beautiful collection, and this is Authentique's Saucy collection. You can find this over at Tamara's shop. She carries the entire collection, as well as the chipboard and also the cardstock. She carries it all. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. And I will have more for you soon. I will go ahead and put some links at the bottom of this to Country Craft Creations and also to my blog, which is cross-eyedcricketcreations.blogspot.com. I'll have links to those, and I will have some still photos and measurements and such up on my blog a little bit later today. So thanks for stopping in, and I will catch you later.